Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to this very rainy start to episode Black Lake 59. Quick recap of goals. I am pretty much ready to cross off craft better weapons and redesign the kill box this episode. As for the long-term goals, I am working on strip mining, but not quite ready to cross that one off yet. And for tips, Jarrett, the patron, might have figured out what is going on with my prison. This somehow got covered up due to the toxic fallout, actually. And as a result, that little one spot there might be the reason why they meaning the wardens like Lenka, aren't returning to their beds at the end of the night. Now that I no longer have toxic fallout, I think it's about time to unroof my whole area here, whatever you want to call it. So that way, once it's unroofed, I can maybe plant some more crops. It's only mid-August. I might be able to get a harvest out of my territory before the cold sets in. Probably not corn, but quite possibly rice or potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the roof off of as much as I can, which is sort of annoying, but required, I guess. Then, yeah, there we go. Then I also need granite, and there's still some granite chunks left on the map. There's one. So I'm going to double click them, zoom all the way out, and select them. And that way I can haul them back. We are mining some granite as well. Other tips I received. Let's go over them. Oh, first things first, I do have some animals to name, don't I? So let's get going on that. The first animal I have to name is this Boomalove calf, and I'm going to name it Bow, after a patron of mine. Speaking of animals, I'm going to evict two of these animals from the bed. I'm going to slightly change the shape of the ranch. I'm going to put a stockpile in here, call this kibble rice. I'm going to give it a critical priority. And then I am going to make it rice. Then this is also going to allow for rice. Now, while I think about that, I also wanted to do some other restriction changes too. So let's sort by food restrictions. Maya, you are an MPM. So what MPM means, they can eat MPM, they can eat chocolate, they can eat pemmican. I'm going to allow them pemmican. So if I have any pemmican, have at it. No lavish means no lavish, no survival meals, no hay, no kibble, no corpses, no raw food. All right. And then no fine or lavish means no fine, lavish, or survival meals, kibble or hay, or corpses, or raw food. And this should help to limit some of the food poisoning I've been getting. Hopefully. Then as for restrictions, we also have these super recreator restrictions that I can lift. So that's done. And then prisoners. So let's go to our prisoners. They are all going to be on NPM. And we're trying to recruit all of them. Perfect. All right, so some other tips I've received while we wait for the Muffalos to get to the outpost. Martin Fisher says that I should have a zone where I haul corpses. That sounds good. And this zone is going to be a zone that only the Bloodlust Psychos can haul. So, corpse furnace. We're going to allow human-like corpses that are not colonist in here. And I will restrict the zone when there are corpses to burn. Right now, there are not. And what I'll do is I'll remove the cannibals. I'll modify the cannibal zone to not include that area. That is what I will do. Wolf is already standing out here. Figured might as well do some hunting. And unfortunately, Knack pissed off the elk, and the elk headbutted me, and somehow Knack, well, it's mostly because Knack is really good at shooter, did not hit me. Looking at Knack, Knack needs a leg too. Alright, let's haul while we stand out here. That was a little messy, but I think you'll forgive me. Wolf needs a little bit of treatment, but it's on a bionic leg, so no big problem there. Ooh, some Muffalo want revenge. Oh, just one Muffalo. Ain't even the group. Okay, so Rarby, you are up here to harvest ambrosia. Now, I did notice that Rarby is, unfortunately for me, one-armed, which means she's going to screw up a lot of the ambrosia harvest, so I'll have to be more careful about that. Really? You want to eat right now, Knack? Well, and Muffalo is chasing you? Okay, I guess it is injured and about to die, but still, chasing you? That seems not very prudent. Alright, Miss Rarby. And then I'll be hauling all of the ambrosia back down to the home outpost with me soon. Okay, so she can't carry it all because she's one-armed. Vex and Dano are headed there with all of the Muffalo. Once they get there, I can name the Muffalo, and then I can also have the Muffalo carry the steel back home. But that also means that I need to harvest the rest of the ambrosia using a farmer that has one arm. So, not ideal, but what can we do? I'm going to remove these ugly plans. I remember where these ambrosia... I remember where the ambrosia is, so I don't need the plans to remind me. I want to do a little bit of base redesign. Nothing too enormous. Vex and Dano just got here. So what I'm doing is I'm moving the nicer beds to the north wall. I'm going to move this over a little bit. No, it shouldn't go there. It should go right here. They're all going to share one bed rest. On the back wall will be the dresser. And that way we fit more. Yeah, the end table is applying to all three. Beautiful. Dano, you are a little pissed off. Let's assign this to Dano and Vex, and this to Rarby, although she'll be leaving soon. Rarby's down here, going for a little bit of walk. All right, there we go. Now she's harvesting. Dano, what can I do for you? I know what I can do for you. I can have you consume some ambrosia. All right, back to the home tile. Some of the other tips I received. Ivy Greenleaf mentioned that I should have some sort of like overflow area for my stockpile. Now at the moment, it's pretty full up of meat, but I'll try to remember to do that when it's not. Oh, Knack. Why you run like that? Alright, Knack might need some love here. Lucky for me, I have 3 good gunmen within a moment's notice. How much did you wound this thing? Oh, it's pretty wounded. When it sought revenge. We got the bionic spine for Roxigo. So, Velik, where are you? Just going to drop it. Install the spine with meds. Go ahead. And Depends, we'll install that in a moment. Alright, where are you, Miss Depends? You are right here. Once Roxigo gets to the bed. Spine time. Oh, someone must be hauling it. DQ had it reserved. There we go. Spine time. Now for some of the Muffalo naming. Let's get that done. Muffalo number 1. Let me bring up my Patreon patrons so I can name them accordingly. So, Muffalo number 1, you're gamer inspired. Muffalo number 2, you are Glasser. Muffalo number 3, your name is gonna be Zerbin. I want to thank all my patrons by naming things after them when I can. Muffalo number 4, you are Sylvie. And number 5, you're going to be Yanshui. All right, there we go. Rarby, are you done? You are indeed done. I'm going to have you haul that ambrosia. Dano is still trying to eat some ambrosia. Nice. I like shoot inspirations. Some other tips. Red Hacker mentioned that the door here in this community... Oh, we did not grab a lot of the ambrosia. Oh, we didn't even harvest it all. Because we were running out of room for it. I see, I see. We can go ahead and install these beds. Endelos, I'm going to wake you up. I know how much you dislike that. But we are running out of room, and this would not be a terrible hospital. Shoot Frenzy Wolf. Gave up Dano. Well, I can't arrest Dano with his wife. It's crazy that he would abandon his wife like that. Or, yeah, wife. Jeez. Do it with Rarby. That's going to turn into a fight. He's already malnourished with food poisoning, so he's actually going to be really easy to fight. So, Rarby, it's going to be up to you. Now I understand why he's given up. Alright, Vex, haul that. Yeah, he's just allowing it to happen. There we go. I want to punch him out. Knock some sense into him. You have a beautiful, flaming hot wife. Pun intended. Alright, come on, Robbie. I know you're one-armed, but you can at least knock out a dude who's, yeah, there you go. And you broke his thumb. Well, great. Thank you for that. I guess I should have just allowed the first arrest to happen. But then I'd have to go through the whole prisoner process, and that's kind of a pain, so... It's almost easier just to knock him out and rescue him. And by almost easier, I mean, like, definitely easier. Alright, Rarby. Tend to your husband. Well, that is no fault of my own, at least. And then Vex, I'm going to have you haul his rifle so it doesn't go to waste. Oh, it's already a pretty broken down rifle to be fair. This all looks very beautiful. I'm gonna go and expand my hop farm. I want some hops. Hibbity hops. Beer is a very easy way to keep bad moods under control. I will also expand my dump. Oop, not my dump. My heal root. I said heal root as I hit dump. And then I can do some smoke leaf down here. There it is. Some of the soil down here is not great, but it's all I got. Okay, we definitely need some more granite. This can be turned off. These can be left open. And actually, Roofless would negate the darkness debuff that we have. So I'm going to uninstall this light bulb and remove the roof on all of them. Another tip was from Carl Kitterling mentioning that my butchery table has a minimum skill. I'm going to lower that skill to 8 from 10. I don't know what kind of difference that's going to make. I'd rather have skilled butchers do the butchering because they get higher yields. I don't want to butcher and waste. But I can raise the skill a little bit. These random walls can get destroyed. They're no longer needed to support a roof that is no longer existing. So that's totally fine. And that way we can get some blocks back too, I guess. Alright, so Rarby and Dano are about to go crazy. Endolos, you don't plant cut like at all. Vex, I'm going to make you plant cut. Not that I expect you to get any yields, but I just want to get done with this job. Alright, he is recovering from his food poisoning. And let's give him a little bit of ambrosia. Rarby, you will consume some ambrosia as well. And then you're going to head off. So before I head off, what I need to do is to put some stockpiles here. So I can call this low steel. Let me copy and paste the number 2, copy the settings. The settings is going to be low priority of raw resources of steel. And then I'll paste some in like this. Paste settings, paste the name. And this will allow me to keep the steel that I've found in stockpile. If I don't screw up the stockpile. Paste settings, paste name. Nah, close enough. And then we will ship home a bunch of steel with our muffalo. So the muffalo are going to bring the meat, but not all the meat, just most of it. Blue fur, the ambrosia, even the wooden end table, why not? And a bunch of steel. And go on home. Rarby, aka, get out of here. So far, I haven't seen any prisoners fall asleep in the prisons. That's good news. One last tip. Blue Wind was curious about the 8 without a table debuff. Now, the problem is we just had a wedding, but I think the fact that I have periods of... Let's take a look. I have periods of recreation between work, quote-unquote. It's kind of anything, but let's call it work. Keeps them from eating without a table. The real thing is most of these guys eat MPM, which you can't put in your inventory. So the way to do this would be to check the people that eat better meals. And none of them have eaten without a table in a while. Lots of disturbed sleep and other debuffs, but none of that ate without a table level meme. Alright, let's make this a meat hopper. That is a very weird word to have to say. Because we have a lot more meat now. We are in the boom of a winter, or a summer. And then we'll be in a bust of a winter soon, so we gotta eat the meat while we can, because meat keeps better than... Oh, heat wave, of course. Meat keeps better than veggies. I mean, veggies keep better than meat. Wow. The very opposite of what I'm trying to say. Another thing I'm going to do is allow them to make a second advanced component off the bench. So upon like 0 day, could go ahead and make an advanced component. I'm also mostly interested in granite. So I'm going to suspend the any blocks here and try to focus on granite. And then when I do granite, I'm going to do an unlimited ingredient radius. So anyone that queues up a granite order will actually do it no matter where the granite resides. That is how much granite I would like to accumulate. So we're getting our smoke leaf planted, our heel root, more heel root planted, a lot more hops planted because beer is a good way to keep people in check and happy. This moisture pump is all set. We have a brand new recruit, Hyena. Hyena was in a relationship with someone. Hold on, there's too many social bubbles here. Hyena, you were a lover of Mattox here, so you're gonna sleep without them for a bit. You're pretty, transhumanist, and kind. If you're a transhumanist, I know one way to make you happy. 2 more implants made by Velik. We need components for it, though. And we're going to call you transhumanist. It's your most defining trait, I guess. And restrict you. Here you are. To cannibal. Assign you food. Correct, correct. Correct meds. And I think you're all set to go. If I do say so myself. And you're going to need a double bed at some point. Another double bed. So that might not be a bad thing to queue up. What else is there for me to work on? Oh, another tip. Blue Wind again suggested that I have weapon storage at the choke point here for EMPs and the like. So that's what I'm going to do. That sounds very reasonable. Given how much plain leather I have, I'm also going to... queue some of these bad boys up. So, Wolf, you have a shoot frenzy, but I'm going to make you construct. Actually, who's... it's probably... Sergio is still the belle of the ball, constructor-wise. Okay. We'll have him do it. Rarby, still haven't left yet? I need to fix this door, don't I? I can have these guys, I'll start them, but I want Sergio to finish it off. And this will add comfort to my dining room. Oh, we got a little bit of a Muffalo revenge. It's just for one Muffalo, but Dano's actually already injured. Even though I just triple tapped this Muffalo, it is full speed. Where is current closest help is not that helpfully close. Am I outrunning this thing? Let's check. 410, 409. Okay. It's a dead even, just about where it will eventually catch me. Alright. Well, we'll start to run for help. There, slowing it down. You're good. Back to what I was trying to do. Make the dining room more comfortable. So, how many chairs do we have? 9? I'll keep the excellent ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's for now. I do have more leather than that. Oh, and look, I got an excellent one. So, Nara, you're going to deconstruct this. And reinstall this here. And this will also free up some wood. Not super efficiently, but free up some wood that I am in dire need of. So it's like an assembly line of sorts. Major break risk. Yeah, I know. This outpost doesn't have all the accoutrements of home, the creature comforts. Alright, there's another one. Ambrosia binge. Didn't I just get rid of all the ambrosia down there? I was pretty sure I did, but I could be wrong. Alright, let's build another one. And another one. Now, if I was trying to min-max this, I'd be doing the ones closest to the NPM machine. But this will have to do, or doing the poker tables. But like I said, I do plan on making more of these. Oh, we have a lot of idle people too. A lot of idle miners. Well, if they're idle miners, it means I've mined my granite, and that I have. So the granite is all set, which means I can go ahead and grab more granite. Although that granite sucks to get, it's not my problem, it's theirs. That's life. Not all these are awesome quality, but they're gonna have to be good enough. It is making the dining room a lot more impressive, which is a definite boon. Almost done, buddy. Sergio's probably like, this is just unethical. And he'd not be wrong. One of those are fully done. Great. And we still have enough for 4 more. Rarby is still loading stuff up. Jesus. She's gonna, like, hit the road and immediately collapse asleep. Which would be fine. Understandable, even. Jarrett, having bionic arms, is really fast at crafting these. Alright. Ooh, an excellent one. So, 1, 2, 3. These excellent stools, like I said, could be placed elsewhere for effect, because they're decent. Like that. Let's get that moved. In fact, this whole thing could be placed a little bit more strategically to not include the stockpile. So let's go ahead and do that. So Kritos, you are going to move that stuff, and then Maro's moving the table, or not using the table, rather. Who's a constructor? You are. Ta-da. Alright, Mr. Morrow. I guess I'll let you smelt. Not much harm in it. We're pushing wondrously impressive at this point, which is pretty good. Flick that back on. All right, Rarby's finally out and she's resting. That's going to keep her from going insane. Now, other textiles we have some camel hide for one chair. We have a bunch of heavy fur. So let's go ahead and queue up some heavy fur as well. Heavy fur makes for pretty good armor, but whatever. How much heavy fur do we have? Enough for 4 chairs. Perfect. Wolf can queue up the other ones. Wait for Sergio to wake up and finish them off. Look, we're actually having a stockpile of steel. Unusual, I know. And a Psychic Soothe. What did I ever do to deserve this? Hopefully this will set off some inspirations, if I'm lucky. Alright, that's close enough. This random armchair won't really fit into anywhere, so what I'm going to do is give it to Velik. So Mr. Velik will have a nice one. And then these excellent chairs, I don't know if I need them. Guess the machining tables. We're sort of removing our wood out of here. Yeah, I'm just going to break them down. One's going to go to the machining table, the rest are going to get broken down. Ooh, a masterwork. Hello. Sergio, you are a master of your craft. Rarby has arrived with drugs, which means I need to change up rec drugs. So ambrosia will be consumed every 2 days when the mood is really low. We'll use this in an emergency. And I'm not going to take any in our inventory. I have it that low because ambrosia's, I have a very finite supply of it. So it's going to be used when pawns are about to go cray-cray. About to snap, and it will be sort of a drug of last resort. Velik gets in a lot of social fights. And half got his leg bit off. Jung, how about you? You fared a little bit better. I think Jarrett needs to teach Velik how to fight. Or fight dirty. Krav Maga style or whatever. I don't think Jarrett's known for his fair fighting. Biting off someone's leg does sound a little dirty. We are unloading the Muffalo, and we're probably going to run out of meat storage here, I suspect. But we're just almost impressive enough for Wondrously here. So I'm going to try to move some sculptures some particularly effective sculptures and see if we can't tip the scales to get a wondrously impressive rec room and dining room. 1 point away. That hurts me. Oh, you know what? Clean trash. Unbelievably impressive. There we go. And still unbelievably impressive. So the advantage of this, although it drives a lot of wealth, is living in a barracks still has a +3 because it's such a nice barracks. And then once people start recreating here, they will have a +7 instead of +6s. Yes. All right. One more thing I need to do before I call this quits, because I'm running out of time, is... what kind of blocks do I have? I have some slate. All right. I'm going to set up some shelves, or at least blueprint them. So this is going to be choke point weapons to fulfill that last tip I received. Oh, look at that. That's all set to go. All right, awesome. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Just a quick reminder that today is the last day for the patrons to pick things to vote on. And then tomorrow is the vote day. I'll make sure to remind you of that, and there'll be a card on the right side of the screen in order for you to vote more easily. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your feedback. Hopefully, we'll have some new goals done. For tomorrow, I'm going to cross off my long-term goals, or my short-term goals. I feel like we did redesign the kill box. We queued it up to be a little bit of a, let's call it, easy bake oven. And then we did crank out a bunch of miniguns, which I think satisfies craft better weapons. I'm not done crafting better weapons, God knows. I don't want anyone to have bolt actions. I'd like everyone to have assault rifles, charge rifles, and miniguns. But at least as a short-term goal, I think I'm done with that. 4 miniguns seems to be a lot. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Adios.